start getting down to these courthouses before they do.
Well,
And I'll say this too.
I never. I'm trying to like. One thing I never see is very rare. When the parents break up and they go their separate ways, fathers never take the kids. They always, most of the time, end up with the mom.
You hear
So
that?
when certain situations or certain things happen,
You hear him in the audience? I did, because that's not a true statement. Like, come on, it's not true. It's not true. It's hyperbolic at best.
men really do leave
Maliciously deceitful at worst.
the ball in the women's court because they don't really step up to do much. They allow the women to take on majority of the load. They allow her to do majority of the work and then want to jump in and make executive decisions when they're not even there while everything is going on. So like that could cause all types of issues. You shaking your head, Anton, but it's true. These men don't want to raise these kids. They leave it for the
let's take it
women
to
to
Rico
do.
real quick. Rico, what you think?
Whoa, it's not.
That's just the pookies y'all pick. Stop the lie, man. There's a lot of men out there that want to be dads. There's a lot of men that actually are good dads. So, I mean, let's not say that. Y'all just pookie pickers, man. Y'all pick pookies.
What I think is actually what I know.
Hold the fuck up.
I know that only 18% of men win custody of their children. And I know that over 50% of men fight for their children. So when I can tell you that 1 out of 2 fathers are actually fighting for their child, I'm going to say I strongly disagree that they're not there for that child. But I will also say that systematically it's set up for us to lose, specifically in our community, against our child, to win over our child. So my problem with this all is when a woman, specifically speaking, if I go by numerics, is 72% of women that are actually winning the custodial rights of their child. Of that percentage, they're actually willingly allowing their child to suffer by not have that father in their life if they're playing that game.
Yep.
And my issue with it all is a lot of women think that they're okay because they didn't have that experience with their father, so they think that their child is okay. But you said let them look in the mirror. They haven't understood the mirror. They don't even understand where their flaws are coming from. And they're automatically allowing those flaws to be instilled in their kid as a kid.
Can I tell you the truth though? Can I tell you the truth? He was done. He was done. I let him finish. He landed the plane. Relax, niggas. I think the issue.
I noticed that she has a problem as a moderator where she wants to talk entirely too much. And I get it. That's probably the dynamic, but I'm just saying, like, if you look in the comment section, people get really irked about that.
With a lot of people that are broken is, and you know what's crazy about this? I was just talking to my twin over there in the audience about this recently, a couple days ago actually. I own my shit. I can look at situations from when I was younger or from right now and say, you know what, dang, I ain't have to really spaz out on them like that and crash out or fight. Or I was overstimulated in the situation. It really wasn't that I was angry. A lot of people can't look in that mirror and say, you know what, I be fucking up. People will look in that mirror and they'll see an ego reflection and be like, oh no, I'm good. It's all that nigga fucking up. He keep dropping the ball. He lost a good thing. He lost out. No, he didn't lose out on anything, baby. You got some work to do. He left for a reason.
Was never there for a reason.
Absolutely.
He didn't commit for a
Now,
reason.
to be clear, that's not me giving a pass to no hoe-ass nigga that's not raising his child, because that's weak as hell and you will never be a man and you will never be blessed. However, it's a lot of you women that are standing in the way of the men and being fathers, and y'all gotta sit the fuck down. Yep. I know, oh, it's only 2 claps for that shit. I bet. Right. I bet. Let's get to this next question. We got another question over here. Let's get to it.
You're right. I mean, when you're right, you're right. I think that's a big issue. I mean, a lot of people, they take that position of father for granted. And even, I know people don't like step parents and all that kind of stuff. I know that's not the thing that you're supposed to promote or do. But even when you look at that, that's why step parents, good step parents, real step parents, they actually deserve a little bit more respect for stepping up. Not necessarily that it makes them any more of a man, but it's because they're filling in a void that was left by somebody that either wasn't good enough or, you know what I mean? Or it could be whatever the reason, but you filling in a void for another person. So I think that it's a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot to unpack there. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we could sit there and let people tell it. It's just so many trash dudes out here. It's just so many dudes that just just ain't ish. You know what I mean? That's what they love to say. That's the narrative. But when you really look at it and break down, it's a lot of it goes both ways, and a lot of these women they pick bad partners. A lot of these dudes they pick bad partners. I just I think that it's interesting. I genuinely think that it's interesting because what you know what I mean? Just how can you not admit that it's piss in the dating pool now? It's just piss because these people they reproducing, they making these families, then they breaking up. Now they both got to live with the consequences, and it's just I don't know. It just seems rather asinine to me. Like normally, people that are intelligent, they would be able to look at situations and say, maybe this one isn't working. Maybe we should reformulate. Maybe we should, rethink about how we approach this, how we're going about this. But no, they don't. They just ooh. You know what I mean? And it's just they just keep doing the same thing. These women will sit there and they'll have these dudes that have a bunch of kids by other women, didn't marry those other women, just had a bunch of kids with him, and you think he gonna be different with you. You think that you are the magic woman that's gonna make him change his ways. Then when you become that statistic, now you on social media, brag, crying, looking for sympathy, trashing them, bitter, angry. Truth of the matter is, I mean, dads are important. Dads are important. You need dads too. You need dads too. Dads are important. So I don't know. I agree with the sentiment that dudes need to start taking a more active role and a more active approach. Be more proactive in dealing with your kids. I don't know, but y'all got y'all got to stop reproducing and making families so recklessly. Y'all are just I mean, you got to look at the results. Y'all are terrible at picking families. Terrible. And then when the kids grow up and then they menace to society or they going around terrorizing people, jumping on police cars and you know what I mean, tearing stuff up. Now all of a sudden everybody's wondering where it happened. This is why.